So here I'm heading toward Sudan, Texas, and the Texas Panhandle again. It's been a weird, for me, it's been a very weird setup, not ideal. There's like a huge boundary blocking severe weather, basically east of the Panhandle, and it's all the way spreading up to the northern plains, and it's just it's created a lot of severe weather in the Texas Panhandle, which is interesting. So basically, I haven't left the Texas Panhandle at this point. I've just been staying at the same hotel in Lubbock. But yeah, this storm was really high based and pretty, and almost brought the tornado. See that funnel coming out? Yeah, it's up straight up there. Yeah, it's starting to come out. See if it keeps going. I gotta get closer. Yeah, definitely a funnel cloud, which is cool. And I was in a great position, but it unfortunately never dropped. You can see it continued to spin, but then other storms popped up. Unfortunately, with this setup, it's been hard for me to get an isolated supercell. So at this point, other storms were interfering. I saw an isolated supercell pop up northeast of me, and I start heading that way and watching the storms to my south as I make my way up there. So as I got to this isolated supercell, it was no longer isolated. There's another storm popping up to its in Floydada, Texas, to the southeast of it, and you can see they both started to kind of merge together. So I'm kind of watching both of the storms at this point, and kind of determining which one I should take, and eventually I go with this storm here that you can see is blowing up in Floydada. So yeah, I'm start heading toward that storm in Floydada, Texas. It was definitely a cool storm. I believe there was a tornado reported later that evening, but there was definitely a lot of wind shear with it, and I get caught in some hail. But it became really clustered as it got late, so I kind of steered clear. That was good footage. So yeah, that was a pretty well-defined wall cloud with some cool spin-ups in front of it. And then another supercell blew up and started to merge with it. And it started to reorganize and intensify here. So here the hail core started to move over me, and I decided to drop south to get a better view. So yeah, once I got south of it, I just tried to keep video on where the rotation was, and I got some awesome lightning shots and just a lot going on. Just once again, just like hard to get an isolated supercell. These were just a cluster of storms just kept popping up and merging together, and just a mess. But there were tornadoes reported on this storm. I don't think I got on video, but you might be able to look at lightning strikes and see something. But yeah, to me it's just so crazy. The last several storm chases, I typically am driving all over the Midwest across several states, and the severe weather forecast shows the Texas Panhandle having the most potential chance for significant weather still for the next several days. So it's like I'm starting to wonder if I'll ever leave the Texas Panhandle for the rest of this trip. So we'll see. And I'm just hoping I get a day with the perfect conditions for an isolated supercell with a jet stream and solid cape and all that. So we'll see if we get that. So far, I haven't had the perfect conditions. Yeah, these are some great shots of McLovin here. She's done really good overall. She didn't seem really scared of the lightning or the thunder, really. Even the winds were pretty strong this day. But it wasn't until the next day that we got in some really high winds, and it got a little sketchy, and she was actually scared and hiding. But, yeah, overall she's been doing great. Yeah, so at this point, really haven't had the perfect conditions. For tornadoes, you really have to have good wind shear. You have to have good lift, which we've had. The shear we haven't really had because of the upper level winds. We haven't had that. Moisture, we've had plenty of that. And instability, we've had a decent amount, but not ideal amounts of that.